This is a Hershey's bar. It costs $1.50. This is MrBeast Feastables, and it costs $3. Within 2 years, the bar on the right will bring in more money than the one on the left. Jimmy will not only destroy Hershey's, but will completely overtake the chocolate industry. It took Milton Hershey 6 years to sell his first chocolate bar. It took MrBeast 72 hours to sell 1 million Feastable bars. Hershey's is now facing the brutal but undeniable reality that a YouTuber has emerged as their biggest competition.
Honestly, I think Hershey's bars just taste like shit, to be honest. And yeah, I think they just have this shelf space and no one really competes with them. And I think it's time someone just comes in there and it's like, shut up, you boomers, like make new products and innovate or just get the fuck out of here.
Of course, MrBeast thinks that, but what do the people actually think? So I decided to ask you guys what tastes better, Hershey's or Feastables. But before I reveal the answer, let's get something out of the way. You're watching this video thinking that of course viewers on YouTube and especially this channel will say Feastables taste better, because MrBeast is the GOAT, right? Wrong. As a matter of fact, the overwhelming majority of you said that Hershey's tastes better. The funny thing is, I also asked you guys which bar you'd buy, and the majority of you said Feastables. Clearly the taste is not the most important thing to you when buying Feastables. So how in the world is Hershey's going to compete with a company where their own customers don't even think it tastes better? Furthermore, Jimmy's just starting. You really don't think he's gonna figure out how to make things taste better? He figured out how to become the biggest YouTuber on the planet, so odds are he's gonna figure this one out too. I mean, the dude got Gordon Ramsay in a video to say it tastes good, and he probably didn't even pay him because the video got 150 million views. You know how much money Hershey's would have to pay that man to say Hershey's tastes good? A shitload, and it also wouldn't have come across as authentic either. To close out my first point here, I've never tried Feastables before, but I just got some, and we're gonna try it, and let's see if it actually tastes good. Pretty cool packaging. Got MrBeast all over it. It's literally all over. Alright. It's pretty good. Not crazy, but it definitely doesn't taste as sugary. I don't feel like I'm gonna get a stomachache like I would eating a Hershey's bar. So given that Hershey's cannot win this war on taste alone, let's talk about the marketing war. Can billions of dollars beat billions of views? Let's find out. In 2022, Hershey spent $518 million on marketing their chocolate. In the same year, Feastables spent nothing. And because you have moments like this in them,
attention, I have Feastables. And if you say Hershey sucks, I'll give you one.
You don't need to pay for marketing. Jimmy literally just shit-talked Hershey's to 200 million people, which you can't even do in an actual commercial because it's against the law. There's no rule against doing that on YouTube. Also, 200 million views just happens to be the same amount of viewership as the Super Bowl, and an ad there costs $7 million. This one you just saw was for free. His influence doesn't stop on YouTube either. Jimmy even tweeted out asking his fans to please clean up the presentation of Feastables they see on store shelves so it looks more appealing versus the competition. There is absolutely nothing Hershey's could do to get fans of their company to do this. They don't even have fans, they have customers. I mean, look what MrBeast does here for one fan and how it translates to millions of dollars in Feastables marketing.
Next person to buy one of our Feastable products wins 10 grand.
I wanted to give you $10,000.
Stop playing.
No.
It's a blessing, man.
So here, this will pay for that cookies, and you can just keep the rest.
I can't wait to go tell my grandma I'll probably get her $1,000.
However, don't let this all convince you that Jimmy hasn't also made his fair share of traditional TV ads. And I know what you're thinking, but those do cost money to air. Well, not the way he's doing it. These ads never actually make it to TV, and now you know why, because it breaks the rules of traditional television and wasn't allowed to run. So Jimmy just tweeted it out and got 10 million views, costing the company nothing instead of the potential hundreds of thousands of dollars for a TV slot. I think it's safe to say that this was the plan from the start, given that Jimmy's team would probably know the rules behind a commercial before filming.
I like the live. That's good.
Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. The people who interact with MrBeast on Twitter are already his fans or people that know him, so wouldn't Jimmy actually benefit from a real TV commercial, so he could reach people outside his main audience? Well, the thing is that Jimmy's tweets garner so much attention that traditional media are forced to report on them, thereby expanding his audience for free because the attention he's getting is too big to ignore. He made the biggest splash when he canceled his Super Bowl ad, posting the video to his 20 million Twitter followers instead of paying the $7 million it would have cost to have it run during the game. This is just one way that Jimmy dodges traditional advertising and in the process reaches an even wider audience. Hershey's can't do this. They have 300,000 followers on Twitter and their last tweet got 159 likes, whereas Jimmy just wished himself happy birthday and got 300,000 likes. Yeah, good luck competing with that. Also, other YouTube creators are even making free Feastables ads in the hopes of getting high views off the hype like this guy, and I guess me. Jimmy paid nothing for this, but the ad has over 3 million views. When's the last time you saw a fan-made Hershey's ad? The billions of views MrBeast is getting translates to billions of dollars in free advertising, and it makes Hershey's $500 million marketing budget look small. So far, we've covered taste and influence. Now, what about the team? Jimmy has built an insane team around him, filled with the highest caliber people in the industry. MrBeast brought in Jim Murray, the former CFO and president of RxBar, who just sold his company for over $600 million. Jim did that for a company that had no influence. What do you think he's going to do with the one that has the most? Also on the team are Ben Adcock, who was an early member of the Facebook team and helped grow it to what it is today. And then Marina Gallagher, who was a pivotal member of Cameo when it blew up in popularity. All of these team members are ambitious, smart, and intimately familiar with today's content world, something that Hershey's doesn't really have.
We just kind of assembled the Avengers of everyone who works in like the snack brand space. And so like they on their own could just build a fucking killer company. And then you put us behind it and I just give them unlimited money. It's game over.
Now, what about the health aspect? Because that's one of Feastable's core values, is to be healthier than Hershey's. Jimmy has mentioned before that you just can't make a chocolate bar that's too healthy or people just won't buy it. If you're trying to buy something healthy, then chocolate is probably not the play. But Feastables is significantly healthier than Hershey's, so let's take a look. Despite being larger, a Feastables bar actually has fewer calories per serving than a Hershey's bar. It also has fewer calories from fat, less sodium, and only half the sugar. And a Feastables bar only has 5 ingredients, which is the kind of snappy, simple thing people can say to themselves to make it sound healthier. This goes more toward the marketing part, but saying that something has fewer ingredients doesn't actually make it healthier, but it does make it seem like you're hiding less. So, mission accomplished. It also makes the nutrition facts look nice and not like the Declaration of Independence. But seriously, we are living in an increasingly health-conscious world. A bar with fewer and healthier ingredients is going to sell. Soda sales are down 2% just last year, juice bars are more popular than ever, and grocery stores across the country are stocked with healthier alternatives like almond milk and Beyond Meat. Burger King just closed down 400 stores. This is happening. But why? Why did Jimmy do this? Why did he start a chocolate bar business when he's the most successful YouTuber in the world? Well, for the same reason Rihanna started a lingerie company, the same reason KSI and Logan started Prime. It's a lot easier to sell something when it doesn't really matter what you sell. And now that creators are earning millions of dollars a year, they can afford the same luxury Rihanna could for music, which is to have enough money to hire a world-class team behind her. However, this still doesn't explain why Jimmy chose chocolate, because he did do burgers before and still does, but why chocolate? So this is what Jimmy had to say before starting Feastables.
American snacks are just full of so much horrible ingredients, to be honest, and they're not, I don't know. I feel like there also just hasn't been any innovation in American snacks in quite a while. And so that's just something I've always been pretty passionate about.
So when Jimmy saw the opportunity to market Feastables in his videos to a demographic that loves chocolate, this was a slam dunk. The most important thing to remember from this video is that creator brands are going to overtake big companies. They already are. Prime from YouTubers Logan Paul and KSI has already sold more than Powerade in their first year of running the company. Is this really just creators dabbling with something on the side, or is this the beginning of a revolution?
Hershey sucks, Feastables for the win.
Agreed.